Hello, we decided to make a little video tutorial for you guys where we go through some basic but very useful steps in Power BI. So, the first thing you would want to do is you should have it already installed, but you should create a blank report afterwards. And we're going to use some data, mockup data from Microsoft for this tutorial. So, just click Use Sample Data and load the sample data. So you should get this window now where we can choose the data that we want. And here, as a rule of thumb, you always click transform data. So this just gives you a very nice overview. Even if you don't have any transformations that you think you have to make, it 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 just gives you you might find some. Um, so uh, Now we load the data and we can see right away uh, our queries here, the steps that we have made on the other side, and the data itself. So now we can see units sold has decimal numbers, for example. Decimal numbers doesn't make sense that we have a zero point 0.5 unit that has been sold, so we might as well click that and change it from a decimal number to a whole number. Yes, and now it's pretty clean. Here we might want to put some emphasis on the segment, and one way to do that is to format it and just make it uppercase. That's gonna bring more attention to it. Something that you also can watch out is that a lot of this code comes from machines and it has been used by developers. So a lot of times you will find some fields that have been named not for humans to look at them. For example, this month name. So here we would change it to month because we're going to be showing this data to people. So this is going to make it just that tad more easier. And you might have a special request. For example, we are not taking the product's Montana. And you can exclude the data just by clicking product. And we see that Montana is there, and we will remove it. Click OK, and that removes it. So here in the Power Query Editor, we can write mqueries. So mqueries is a way to manage the data and to alter it the way and shape it into the way you want it to look before you load it. So here, for example, if we want, this is going to be overkill, so because we can do it manually from here. For example, we would want to remove Canada. Let's say we're not looking at the Canadian market because we're very happy with it and we don't want to change anything there. So one way to do it is kind of like Montana, to just go here, deselect it, click OK. But we're not going to do that. We're going to do it with an mQuery, just so you guys can see what it's all about. We don't expect you to be able to write them, so this is just going to be an example. So you go to Home, and you have this advanced editor right here. You click that, and you're going to get a column. So here we would want to, we do have some filtered rows. So we're going to actually keep this. I prepared the codes, but now that I look at it, I think I'm gonna just use this part here, like this. So change type, yes, and we will need this one, I think. Let's see. Oh, okay, it worked. So now we got rid of Canada. And if we click here, actually you'll see it has just been deselected, but that is kind of like how you use the mQuery. And you can use it for a lot more complicated stuff that you can't find lying around like this. But to keep it simple, that's where and when you use, and where and how you use mQuery. So now if we deem that this data has been okay, it looks very nice now, no decimal numbers, the naming is a little bit better, so we're happy with it. We got rid of Canada because we love Canada, not because we don't like it. And we close and apply. So now we're loading the data inside of to model it and to visualize it in Power BI. So now we will have it here, and we will go to the next steps now.